Good morning. It's Tuesday, June the 9th. Yeah, the 9th. As you can see, I'm wearing my top that I made. This is the first top I've ever made with knit. And this is what a lot of people call their muslin. I have quite a bit of yardage of this knit print. And a muslin is basically the first one that you make to see where you need to do adjustments for your fit. And I have a couple adjustments that I need to make. It is a little tight fitting across my abdomen, so it snugs my fluffy rolls. I don't like that. I knew it would. This pattern is a kimono top by mariadenmark.com. It's a free pattern. Yeah, I'm going to start with some free patterns. And this is her 4X. Now, I knew it would be snug across the breast because my breast size is larger than hers in the pattern. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. See how it's snug across here? And I knew it would be because I'm a larger in the breast than what she had for her pattern. So I knew I was going to need to adjust it a little bit. But this is my muslin. The muslin is, a lot of people will make it out of actual muslin fabric, but it doesn't have to be made out of muslin fabric. It can be out of any fabric, especially the fabric that you're choosing to use for the pattern. And like I said, I had a lot of this. I bought 5 yards of it. You don't need 5 yards for a shirt. Probably less than, well, I would say what I want to do with it, I want to make it longer because it does come just above the waist. Not just above the waist, just above the hips. So I've already drafted the second pattern that I want it to be longer, a little wider at the hips. And then, of course, I've been making some adjustments in the breast area, which may mean that I'm going to put a dart in. I don't know yet. But, yeah. I had a lot of fun with it. I think I did okay with it, with the exception of, and I've never been good at stitching in the ditch. I don't like stitching in the ditch. I'm not very good at it. But apparently if I'm going to be making collars, you know, just a simple bias tape collar, I'm going to have to get better at stitching in the ditch. It's a new skill level to learn. Need to practice it. Yeah, I just don't care for stitching in the ditch. And of course, then when we got to the hem, it was wavy. I did use a stretchable thread, which is recommended with knits. Not necessary, but recommended. And my Bernina has like 30 stretch stitches on it. Anywhere from an overlock to a double overlock to the stretch stitch and everything else. And I chose a different stitch for the hem. Great way to try out your stretch stitches, right? But it was still wavy, and that's because I added some stretch. I realized when I was doing the hem, I was actually stretching the material as I was going. So I need to learn not to do that. Be patient. Let the machine do its job. It's frustrating. But then while I was up there sewing, I did sew up another little, it's just a little tote bag with some of those quilted squares. There were 2 that were this, and then there were 2 that were the opposite with the white and the blue on the inside. So I just made a little bitty tote bag. It's not lined with anything. It's just plain, you know. use it for groceries or shopping or whatever. I haven't decided if I'm going to put that up on the Etsy shop or not. And what is one of the other things? I do have one sort of finished item. And this is that Perfect Pockets shawl. This is it. Folded in half. I ran out of the yarn to finish the pockets. I didn't have enough to finish pockets. So I didn't get that finished because I still have to make the pockets and sew the pockets on. And this is my son's. I'm probably about 2/3 of the way through with it. And this is that coffee shop in the steel color. Because even though he wanted tones of gray. Have y'all been to Walmart lately? You can't get ombre. And I would have gotten the ombre and the grays for him. But they got nothing on the shelves. Well, practically nothing. There's some of the mandalas and some cotton yarns, I think. There are a couple of skeins here and there of other stuff, but couldn't get it in the gray ombre. And I only have one skein of the gray ombre, and I think I'm going to need about another half of a skein to finish it off, so he's going to have to wait for that one. Maybe it'll be for his Christmas present. But in the meantime, I needed more yarn for that one. So of course I went to Premier because it's in the clearance. Got another 3-pack of the Woodland so I can finish that pocket. Now, I thought I only bought one more of that tornado that I like. There are 3 packages in here. So I have 5. I have 15 skeins of that. So I think I'm going to turn that into a top. Just because I got 15 skeins of it. Which is ridiculous. I don't know why I got that much. And you know how I was telling you that you needed to watch your ollies for yarn? The other day I'd gone into Ollie's and went into our Mill Hall one. Now the Mill Hall Ollies, they had Karen 1-pounders in variegated colors, which they're not really 1-pounders. They're called jumbos. That's right. They're not called pounders anymore. Called jumbos for the prints and the variegateds. Well, my ollies, the variegated was $2.99 per skein. So for the prayer shawl, I had purchased quite a bit of that. And, you know, there weren't a whole lot of colors. There were like, I think 4 variegated and a whole lot of woolies, and I don't really care for woolies. I don't like how bulky it is. And, so I got that for the prayer shawl. Then when I went to State College to pick up my Thermolam fleece that they couldn't find because it didn't have my name on it. I don't know what's going on with Joanne. I don't know if you've tried to use the Joanne app lately or even online ordering, but I don't know what's going on with their online because it wouldn't let me in. It would kick me out. I go to order, it would place the order, and nothing. But then I get an email saying that it's been placed. So, Joanne, you need to do something about that online. But while I was there, I also went over to Ollie's and got some more yarn for the prayer shawl. They had several different colors, so I added a few of those. One was that real bright raspberry, and one was a, I call it copper. It's not copper. It's kind of one of those brownish rust colors. So I got some skeins of that and some other, they had some different variegated, so I got a couple of those for the prayer shawl. But I also got me 2 skeins. And this is Spicy Ombre. And it's got some mints, some pinks, a bright pink, a little bit of a, I don't know if you would call that a dark peach or what you would call that, but it's a real pretty color. So I got 2 skeins of that for me. Yay me. Do I need more yarn? No, but I got it anyway. And then I ordered some more fabrics. I'm going to show these to you. Now, I did not think, I knew one of these was canvas, but I didn't think the other one was. And the first one is this real pretty pink here, because I do plan on making a couple of the totes with the canvas. And then this one, fell in love with this big leafy print. I did not realize it was canvas though, and it is canvas. I don't think that it will look very good for that, you know, the little zipper duffel bag that I had made. So it'll get made into a different type of bag. And then I fell in love with the patriotic chickens. Chickens! And there'll be some bags that are made of this. One for me, a couple for the shop. That is kind of what I'm working on right now. Doing things for the shop. And I had ordered this last month, probably around the 10th of May. Came yesterday. So that gives you an idea how long it's taking to get certain fabrics. And this was what they call the Penn State Camo. And it's not exactly as it was pictured, but it'll work for making some bags for some folks and maybe a couple masks. You know, I'm kind of petering out on the mask making. I don't really care for it all that much. I'm tired of it. I'm sick to death of it. But, yeah, I'm still continuing to make masks. And, like I said, you'd think that list would start going down, but no. It's so long, it's not even funny. And right now I'm working to fulfill quite a few of the different Indian tribes requests. They have a great need because there's a great outbreak in the reservations. And I can understand why, because they do they're very close knit. And there are a lot of ceremonies and things that they do together. So there's a lot of spread, and they don't have, like I said, some of the best circumstances that the rest of us have. I would say that compared to whites, blacks, and a lot of Asians, we are extremely privileged compared to Native Americans. A lot of Native Americans don't even have running water in their home. Thank you, U.S. government, for being shitheads. That's the best way I can put it. Even though they are their own nation, they have to go to Congress to get permission to put in pipes for running water. There is a Navajo tribe in New Mexico, like I said, that their water is still They have to travel 1 to 2 miles to get running water because they have to go to a spigot to fill up buckets and all kinds of stuff with the water because our government, those people that care about the people of the United States. Yeah, that was in my sarcastic tone. Still haven't given them permission to run pipes to the reservation, which is absolutely ridiculous. Shouldn't have to ask permission for that in the United States. But I'm going to get off that soapbox because it pisses me off. Yes, it does. Ticks me off. That's it for that portion. Still continuing to make things here and there. I don't do as much crochet and knit as I would like to, but that's because there are other priorities that are taking place, which one of them, yes, is the mask. So, like I said, I wish it was over, but I'm still continuing. And I think with all the protests, but most especially the riots, I think we're going to have an uptick, and it should be happening within this next week to 10 days. I hope that this virus has mutated enough that it's not serious. We don't see the kind of deaths that we had previously, but I'm going to be optimistic. And I'm going to learn some more about those stitches for knits. Now it's time for What in Tarnation. Sometimes I wonder about people. It's not the first story, it's the second story. But the first one was a little bit of a scary moment. It's where a young boy comes face to face with bear cub outside a Louisiana home. A Louisiana family's home security camera captured the moment a young boy and a baby bear came face to face right outside the boy's home. The footage, filmed Friday morning in Monroe, shows a woman exit the home followed by a young boy. A baby bear walks up to the home and rounds the corner to the door where it and the child come face to face. The cub, upon seeing the boy, turns and flees in the opposite direction. Somehow that sounds like a cartoon episode. The city of Monroe tweeted Friday morning that a bear had been spotted in the area and police and wildlife officials were working to capture the animal. And I'm sure Mama's nearby. Mama's who you gotta be afraid of. Woman, dog rescued from Massachusetts sewer. Don't you love allergy season? Firefighters in Massachusetts, that's still hard to say, that word, Massachusetts, came to the rescue of a woman who chased her dog into an underground pipe and ended up stranded with the canine in the sewer. I know we love our fur babies, but going into a pipe? What were you thinking? Roberta Ingham said she was outside her home in Nassau on Thursday when she heard someone screaming for assistance. I'm laying on my chaise lounge, as we all do in the summer, and I hear what I think is someone yelling help. But I also wonder if it's an animal. She said, I looked around and I said, something's wrong. Really? Somebody yelling for help? There's something wrong? So I got up to make sure I wasn't crazy. Ingham and her next-door neighbor investigated the shouting and determined they were coming from underground. She was at the manhole, and the culvert is in the back of my house. So she must have been yelling down the pipe, and we could hear her, but she couldn't hear us. Ingham said, "We called 911, and we were trying to explain there's a woman underground." I could just hear the dispatcher. What? What? There's a woman underground? I have friends who are dispatchers. I've heard some of the stories. Nassau Fire Rescue firefighters and EMTs were dispatched to the scene and removed the manhole cover. The dog was lifted to safety, and the woman was helped up a ladder. Deputy Chief Kevin Kerrigan said the dog had gotten away from the woman, and she had chased the canine down the culvert and into an underground pipe before both became stranded about 150 feet into the pipe. Why didn't you turn around and go the other way? Firefighters in Houston conducted a similar rescue in February when a man who went exploring in the bayou took an apparently wrong turn and ended up trapped in the sewer. Dylan Bryant called for help and was heard by a passerby on the street who alerted the authorities. Bryant was not injured. Don't you love how they throw these two stories in together? I don't know. I would think that if I'd run in one way to a pipe, I would turn around and go out the other way. But maybe there were multiple pipes leading in. I don't know. It's like going to Walmart these days, having to walk up and down the aisles. Maybe it's a maze down there. Now, I can imagine my husband and I have done some fishing when we were in Hampton Roads area. You know, going to try to catch a few blue crabs and a couple other things. And can you imagine dozens of blue crabs marching across your yard? Dozens of blue land crabs parade through Florida woman's yard. And there's video. A Florida resident shared video of a parade of blue land crabs marching next to her home after recent rains forced them out of the ground. The video, filmed next to the residence in Cutler Bay, shows dozens of the large crabs on the move next to her house and in her backyard. The woman who filmed the video said the crabs appeared after recent rains drove them out of their burrows. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission allows for blue land crabs to be caught for food until July the 1st, when their mating season begins. If that had been my yard, I'm telling you, the husband would have been out there picking them up, tossing them into a bag or something. I just know it. And they're big. They're big. Not little bitty ones. They're big. Now this next one is about TikTok workout video. And it is cute because the kitty cat does photobomb. A woman's cat appears to perk up and poke into her workout video like a photobombing human saying, "Hello, hello." The video posted earlier this month on TikTok under the account Run Fox 11 Run. And it's the Roman numerals 11. With a photo of the cat has gotten over 53,000 likes. The opening lyrics, "Hello, hello, I'm not where I'm supposed to be," from AJR song Sober Up, play in the video among the cat's photobomb. And it's cute. The woman appears to be engaged in a workout but looks up and smiles as the cat takes center stage, and comments in TikTok chat show viewers are laughing and enjoying it too. And it is cute. And while you're looking down below in the description box, there is going to be a link to a kitty cat who does a workout on a treadmill. And when I first saw this video, apparently I was having a rough night because I giggled all the way through it. I thought it was the funniest thing. It's a cute video. And that link will be down below before the In Tarnation links. But there's video to most all of these, or pictures. So that's it for today. Everybody have a great week. I'll see you a little bit later on this week because I have some shout outs. Because you know the good thing about the Christmas in July fairies? That hashtag Christmas in July fairies, is I found quite a few new channels that are new to me. It's fantastic. I'm loving this. So there will be some shout outs later on this week. Look forward to those. Getting to know those people through their videos. And yeah. So remember, be safe, be well, and be kind.